Hello, this is Chiak. We are back with Nancy Drew, the ghost dogs of Moon Lake, and this is a re-recording of things because I've recorded two sets for 2.5 hours altogether, and turns out I wasn't recording. I guess what I thought was what it told me was actually recording, saying, "Hey, you can." It's just NVIDIA saying, "Hey, you can record if you want to." So, yeah, this set, boy. Obviously, I'm going to get. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do, so I'm going to get through things way quicker than previously. That said, there was also a lot of readings, so I might end up skipping some readings that I just kind of don't want to do. Now, my last recording, or the first recording of this, I actually went to Joe and Hardy for another, ask for another hint, and I was thinking about this puzzle all wrong. I thought I had to use this in order to determine what direction I was supposed to. I thought this determined what direction that the dogs are going, but it turns out it's really the dogs are what's changing the image on the clock. So, luckily you don't have to go see me scroll through the PDA to find the information. So Iggy is fall. And we could all just... okay, here we go. We'll just see. Because they're all facing... Oh, I actually should see what direction I have them facing. Okay, so I have Victus and Iggy, and then Lucien. Okay. So we have Tree... a bird. Okay, so they're basically... Yeah, because this is Victus and Iggy right now. So, for fall, spring is the tree. So we need Lucy to be facing the direction for spring. So Lucy needs to be facing this way then. Winter is the bird, so Vitus needs to be facing this way. So, I wonder if there we go. That opens that. This. Got picture. Hello, hello. We've now got our way into the cellar. Now there is this, which opens the safe.
It could be mice making that sound.
Which I will say, I still do not know what to do with the mice. So we need to...
It looks like a tiny hole.
There we go.
What's the combination?
Now I don't have that information yet. And from this side, you can see something's here that I didn't know what that was at the time. Oh, some reading.
William Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers.
Thoughts on Thuggery by Ethan Collier. The truth about Mickey Malone, as told by his most trusted employee, William Akers. Mr. Malone has never spent a night in jail, and he never will, said William Akers. And you know why. Because he's just an ordinary Joe trying to run an ordinary business. He said this with such conviction that for a moment, this reporter honestly thought Akers was talking about somebody other than Mickey Malone, the notorious gangster. But I was standing on the porch of Malone's getaway home at Moon Lake, having bushwhacked through thick brush from the east side of the lake to avoid detection and probable eviction by his bodyguards. And I was talking to the man who, according to the police, is the only person Malone trusts. I ought to know. I see him every day. Akers went on. He doesn't deserve all the grief you newspaper hacks give him. He's such a rich man because his laundromats are fine establishments, and people like to wash their clothes there. All this talk about him being a bootlegger is just plain hogwash. When I asked if I could talk to Malone Akers, Akers said Malone was out walking. Like I said, he's an ordinary guy who likes to do ordinary things. When I asked if I could wait for him, he said, "What for? Anything you want to know about Mickey Malone? I can tell you. I worked for him for 15 years. When I said all I wanted was the truth, he said, "Then you're in luck, because that's what I just told you. And now I suggest you leave. Mickey's a swell guy, but he's got these 4 big dogs, see? And sometimes they don't mind so good." I took the hint and left, but as I struggled through the brush to get back to my car, I realized something. Akers hadn't told me the truth about what Mickey Malone did. I knew that. But he had told me an important truth when it came to what Mickey Malone was. Someone who had at least one extremely loyal employee. I ask you, good citizens of Philadelphia, how many so-called legitimate businessmen can say the same thing? Okay. Oh god, it's night. Okay, I think that is all I can do. Actually... No, I haven't... Oh, wait. They spend down there that so long? Okay, something's... Yeah. Okay. We need to take a picture of the hawk, I just remembered. Oh, I got out the wrong door. If I... Listen, I know what's coming up. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna leave that there.
Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree. That sounded like a hawk. Hey, what is that hawk standing on? Oh, that looks like a speaker. Huh? I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied. I can't move. At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use the blade to cut the rope around my wrists and free my hands.
Okay, so I died at least one time trying to do this gold ruber thing here. I know. Did I mess it up? Oh no, I put it too early. Okay, my bad. Well, I'm gonna have to... Nancy, you're just gonna have to die in this moment, so I'm sorry about that. Problem is I knew what to do beforehand. So obviously, as you can see, I was trying to do was like, let this rag get on fire. To catch this on fire, and then I would eventually get the scythe down. Now, I can't do anything about that at the moment. Because there's nothing... yeah. Okay, oopsies. Well, at least you get to see how that animation goes. Alright. I'll do this, but... get this going. Oh, there we go. Okay, now that's going. And then magically lands just enough to not cut us.
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
And then, as you can see, why I prepared the water bucket beforehand. I don't know if you can let it run out too long, because even if you set the water bucket down, pump the water and all that, you still don't run out of time. At least I didn't, so.
What in blazes happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
I was looking at birds, and then I noticed something on the house, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making much sense. Probably smoke inhalation or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think they were, what, just pulling a prank? Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.
Okay. So you can't actually call Bess and George at this moment. I think this is the moment where I actually called the Hardy Boys and then got the hints about the dogs. But I believe I didn't do this last time because I kept forgetting. I instantly went to see Joe. Oh, you can't actually. Okay, she does just, no matter what, she just doesn't make a comment. Okay. Okay. So we got the picture for Red, but he's not gonna be here. So with that, we are going to head to the ranger station. I think that's what I did last time. Because, well, do have a lot of questions. Also, how does a man see... I don't know. How do you think that, like, someone possibly trapped inside... I mean, I guess maybe, like, the rope burned up or whatever, but... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Hello! You're such a good boy.
You're back.
Yeah. Guess what he named the dog?
I noticed you have a dog.
That's Yogi, who never goes out unless he's on a leash. Park rules.
Okay. Nancy's about to line the question that doesn't make sense just because, like...
Do you have any other dogs?
I hope you're not suggesting I trained Yogi to run around in the middle of the night barking and attacking houses.
It's just this, like... Yogi is clearly a completely different breed from the dogs that Nancy saw at night. I mean, it was dark, and she was in a stressful situation, so maybe she didn't see it clearly, but it's kind of like, Nancy, come on. Nancy!
I found a newspaper dating back to 1927 in Sally's house. Since you're kind of an expert on the history of Moon Lake, do you mind if I ask you some questions about Mickey Malone?
Not at all.
What do you know about a man named William Akers?
I know that he was Mickey Malone's right-hand man. I also know that although we share the same last name, he and I are most definitely not related.
Okay, I didn't choose that option last time. I'm just curious how he's going to answer that question.
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
She was probably as familiar with Malone's house and his dogs as he was. Think there's any chance she's still alive?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
Okay.
Have you gotten the results back from that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
Okay.
Sounds like Moon Lake could use 2 rangers.
If I were in charge of just 10 more acres of parkland, they'd give me an assistant. and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
Why didn't the Parks Department buy the Malone property instead of Sally?
She outbid them, the cheapskates.
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price, and you'll have your land.
You're insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
And not being subtle about it.
I'm sorry, I really am. It's just that Sally's my friend, and I'd really like to find out why someone's doing this to her.
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates. They're from the estate of a local history buff. She kept everything from newspaper clippings to old photos to recipes for apple crisp. She put everything in envelopes, then numbered them by year using Roman numerals. Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's an entry on them in the computer.
Okay if I read what's in the envelopes?
Don't go reading anything until you're through, or take my word for it, you'll never get finished.
What happened to Akers and the rest of Malone's gang after he went to prison?
Fortunately for Moon Lake, they all left and went their separate ways.
When and why was Malone arrested?
I'm sorry, Ms. Drew. As usual, I'm a little pressed for time. If you have more questions, why don't you sit down at the computer and peruse the Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids that I've put together?
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
AKA, don't let my hard work go to waste. Please read the stuff. Alright, so we're supposed to go here. Now, this is the thing. Okay, I'll show you. I'm not going to read it this time just because it was just... This is a lot of reading. The Roman numerals part is here, which was mainly I just had to go to this because I need a reminder what L was. It was 50. Or I have D, which is 500, which is never used, and M. So I wanted to fact check that. Jeff Akers has a little factoid about himself in the in this computer. I guess this part's important of history. Or maybe, I mean, it's just interesting. I'll read it. There's gonna be a lot of reading right now, so get ready. The first residents of Moon Lake were members of the Lenape tribe, one of several Algonquin-speaking tribes that populated the northeastern U.S. for hundreds, if not thousands of years prior to the arrival of the settlers from Europe. Because the early colonists had trouble pronouncing Lenape, they lumped the tribe in with all the other Algonquin-speaking tribes they encountered and referred to this larger group as the Delaware Indians. This is because many of the Algonquin-speaking tribes lived in the large drainage basin of the Delaware River, which had been named after the Englishman whose title was Lord de la Warr. Curious and friendly, the Lenape were hospitable to the early colonists, but as the number of settlers grew, so did the tension between the two groups. The Lenape believed that all land belonged to the Creator, and as a result, they had difficulty understanding the concept of private ownership by which the Europeans seemed to live. The Lenape gradually migrated west, settling for brief periods in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, and Kansas. At each place, the Lenape were told that that was to be their new home, but after a few years, the Europeans would change their minds and force them to move again. They finally settled in Oklahoma, where more than 11,000 Lenape still live today. Early settlers. Native Americans were the first true settlers, see Lenape tribe. Around 1635, immigrants from Europe moved into the area. Mostly of German and Scottish-Irish descent, they farmed the fields around the lake, hunted game in the woods, and lived peacefully alongside the Lenape. But as more and more settlers came, the demand for land increased, and so did pressure on the Lenape to move out. In one instance, the Europeans talked the Lenape into turning over to them as much land as a man could walk in a day and a half. The Lenape agreed to the deal, and the settlers promptly sent out men to run as far as they could in the allotted time. The walking purchase, as is called today, forced many Lenape to leave Moon Lake forever. Like the rest of Pennsylvania, Moon Lake was very anti-slavery, Prior to the Civil War, the Retzizik farm on the north side of the lake was rumored to be part of the Underground Railroad, the secret network of people who would hide slaves fleeing from their owners in the south and help them travel to Canada, where they'd be free. Dozens of slaves at a time reportedly sought refuge during the day in the huge cellar of the farmhouse. When night came, they resumed their perilous journey north. Nothing remains of the farm today, though in the 1920s, a gangster, see famous resident, built a house in the approximate spot where the farmhouse once stood. Okay, famous famous residents. In the early 20th century, many celebrities from the East Coast spent time here, including Florence Ziegfeld, famous producer of Broadway musicals and revues. In fact, in 1926, his boat, the Folly King, ran into the rocks at the north end of the lake and capsized. Nobody was hurt, but rather than going to the bother of repairing the boat, Ziegfeld simply left it there. Legend has it that for years a local dog would swim out to the wreck every day and lie on it, barking at everyone who came near. The boat gradually disintegrated until now no trace of it remains. Local legend has it that Ben Franklin spent the summer of 1744 on Moon Lake's south shores. That summer was a particularly stormy one, which has led to speculation that his interest in lightning and electricity were sparked by his experience here. Moon Lake has had some infamous residents as well. In 1925, at the height of Prohibition, Mickey Malone, a gangster from Philadelphia who got rich smuggling and distributing illegal liquor, built a house on the North Shore at the site of the old Retex farm. See, early settlers, people came from up and down the East Coast to attend the parties he threw at Moon Lake. He was convicted of tax evasion in 1933 and sent to prison, where he eventually died. Okay. And that's it for that. I mean, if you want to see some of the other things, we have some of the nature slideshow. Which, the instant I saw this, I was trying to, like, actually identify whether or not that was the bird of prey that did bird murder on my balcony. Which I obviously would not have been able to tell either way, but it doesn't bring me fond memories. Either way, let's get to sorting
Let's
this.
see. Jeff said the envelope with the earliest date goes down in the front of each box.
Now, originally when I was thinking this, I thought like everything was just messed up within its columns, but everything is just messed up. So right now, right away, this one is 1900. Because this is 1000, then we have the 1000 minus 100, 900. And so now I think I've established anything with like an L needs to be placed over on this side or something like that. Okay, I mean obviously this is what, 1930 something. That actually fits here. I mean, okay, right now, let's just see anything that fits within this range. So we have 1913. I actually think that goes up top there. Then we have 1910 right here. This is 1919, so that fits here. This is 1915, actually. There was one. Here we go. This one, 1908. Right? Yeah. 1908. This. Okay, and I think we're done with this column. Let's just double check. So this is 1900. Then we got 1908, 1910, 1915. Oh wait, 1915 is in the next row. So I need to switch something else. Oh wait, oh here we go. This is it. 1904. Here we go. That makes more sense. Okay, so yeah. 1904, 1908, 1910, 19... Wait, this is 13? Oh wait, here we go. No. Yeah, wait, this is 1913, so this actually needs to be here. But then... Wasn't there... I'm recalling just when I did this last time, there was a 1911. But I'm wondering... Oh, here it is. 1911 right here. So this actually needs to be here. This one needs to be down here. I'm just going to move this over here. Okay. Now we're going to... This is 51. This would be 41. $1950 would be 50? Or 1960? 1969. Okay. This one is 1945, so that actually needs to go here. This here is 1952. Actually, this one would be 1960, isn't it? Sorry, which one? Where did I say 1970. Because this is 50. Okay, hold on. I am clearly messing things up right now. Oh, wait, this is 1925. So this is right. This is 1950, 70, 1970? Because this is 50 plus the 210, so 1970. So I need to move this along. Okay, this is... This is 1997, so this actually needs to be here. Okay. This is 1932. 19... This is a 10. This is 1919. Oh wait, this is 1930 something. I need to switch these out. Because this is 1914. Yes, because this is 1913, 1914, 1915. Then we have 1917, 1919. Okay, so these two are done officially, if I did that right. We have 1925 here. This is 1941. This one would be 1939.
Now that they're all sorted, I can do some reading.
Okay, which I actually ended up ignoring and instantly went to question Jeff Akers, but we're going to actually do the reading this time first. Which didn't actually end up helping me, except for one thing, but otherwise. The Lewiston Gazette, a gangster about to become a Moon Lake's newest resident. Rumors are flying thick and fast that Mickey Malone, a self-proclaimed captain of industry with far more ties to gamblers and smugglers than to legitimate businessmen, is building a house on the north shore of Moon Lake. The rumors started last June when the 10-acre property on which the house is being built was purchased by Philadelphia Duds & Suds, a company owned by Malone, which is widely believed to be merely a front for his criminal undertakings. Secrecy has shrouded the project ever since the construction began in October of last year. 4 men and a locked gate block the driveway leading to the site. Unauthorized persons and vehicles are summarily turned away. Day and night, security guards patrol the heavy wooded lakefront property. Several large trucks strategically parked obscure any and all views of the site from the water. Even the workmen have been sworn to silence. When asked if Mickey Malone was indeed building a home on Moon Lake, Waldo Matthias, the agent spearheading the Department of Justice investigation of Malone's activities, had only this to say: "If he is, I suggest he live it up while he can, because the place we're going to be sending him to ain't no beach, and he's going to be there for a real long time." Mr. Malone could not be reached to comment. Okay. How do I get out of this? Hello? Wait, how do I get out of this? Oh, here we go. Okay. So that's that one. Did I click the same thing by accident? Okay, nope. Gangster nabbed at Moon Lake. This is 1932. Mickey Malone arrested right at his luxurious Moon Lake property. This was, oh wow, this was considered luxurious back then. Mickey Malone, a Philadelphia businessman, long considered by police to be a bootlegger and a racketeer, finally felt the sting of the sword of justice when he was arrested this morning at his house on Moon Lake. Careful to keep Malone's attack dogs at bay, agents from Internal Revenue Service and the Department of Justice raided the lakefront home at dawn, catching Malone and his henchmen completely by surprise. Within seconds, Malone was handcuffed, wearing only an overcoat over his pajamas. He was swept out the door and into a waiting car. He was driven directly to Philadelphia, where he was jailed on charges of tax evasion and conspiracy to violate prohibition laws. The police have been wise to Malone's criminal activities for years, but 3 previous attempts to incarcerate him failed miserably when Malone's shadowy associates, through bribes and threats, forced prosecution witnesses to recant their story. This time, federal agents intend to rely on ledgers and tax returns to prove their cases. Since 1927, when it was determined that even income gained through illegal means is taxable, authorities have been eager to use this ruling to make thugs like Malone pay for their crimes. Mickey Malone, this is the agent by the way, and this is not the image of the gangster. Mickey Malone has been making us look like fools for a long time, declared Bureau of Investigation agent Waldo Matthias. But today, the good guys finally got the last laugh. Malone loudly and repeatedly proclaimed that he'd done nothing wrong as he was led to jail. However, his protestations of innocence ended abruptly when, apparently not wishing to be photographed in his pajamas, Malone took a swing at a press photographer. He was quickly subdued. Now the press was here early. Okay. So 1932, and then Emily Moon Lake Antiques. Dragging ban is a drag for Pennsylvania treasure hunter. There's gold in them there sandbars. At least that's been the experience of Emily Griffin, owner of M's Emporium on Moon Lake in central Pennsylvania. For the past 10 years, she has been dragging a heavy net back and forth along the bottom of the lake, uncovering and bringing to the surface relics from the 1920s. I've dredged up everything from diamond tiaras to skeleton keys to full bottles of French cognac, said Griffin. It just blows my mind what those people would drop back then and never bother going back for. She was referring to the wealthy guest of gangster Mickey Malone, who built a home on the lake in 1925 and threw large, raucous parties almost every weekend. Because his guests would travel to and from the house by boat, personal items were lost overboard with great frequency. Miss Griffin estimates that she has made close to $20,000 selling her finds to antique hunters and tourists. But last week, her windfall came to an end. The county in which Moon Lake is located passed an ordinance making the recovery of objects from the lake bed legal. The ban arose from the fact that the bottom of Moon Lake is composed of unusually fine sand. When disturbed, it clouds the water, sometimes for days, posing a threat to aquatic plants and fish that otherwise thrive there. Park Ranger Jeff Akers, who oversees the state park surrounding the lake, initiated the ban. The eco-balance of Moon Lake is simply too delicate to ignore, he contends. But Miss Griffin begs to differ. The whole thing's just plumb ridiculous, she says. You know what all that stuff down there is doing right now? It's rusting, rotting away, polluting the water. Okay. Heck, by getting it out of there, I'm doing the county a favor. Unfortunately, the county doesn't see it that way. It appears that Miss Griffin will have to abandon what has become a pleasantly profitable hobby. I don't know, she shrugs. I can still sell the stuff that washes up on shore, and that happens, especially after a good storm. So I may be down, she says, her eyes twinkling, but I ain't necessarily out. Now I'm just saying, she can get herself some scuba gear and some training and then just go down herself. Because the ban was specifically for net dragging. First we say hi to Yogi. Hello, good boy. And then...
You're back.
I finished putting all those envelopes in order.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Drew. And to show my gratitude, I've got something for you.
It doesn't involve Roman numerals, does it?
No, it's an honorary junior park ranger
Alright,
pin.
this.
I keep them on hand so I can give them out to children whom I see demonstrating respect for park rules and regulations. A little bit of positive reinforcement.
Oh, okay,
Unfortunately, I don't get to give them out that often.
Oh, gee, thanks, Ranger Acres.
right. Oh, okay.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Now, I remember...
You're back.
Thanks
Okay.
for all your help.
Not a problem.
Okay. But there is something we can do right now. I mean, last time he right away almost basically had the phone number for that lady, the Vivian, ex-girlfriend of the guy. Now, I actually completely, again, because I forgot about, the Hardy Boys are saying, you can read the stuff. Which I didn't understand why I needed to read it until... I think with this game it's extremely helpful to use the PDA, because it's not until reading this that you see what Nancy's leaps and logics. It's not going to be vocally said. Now, because here, we can see where the codes change. Mickey Malone pinched, aka when he was arrested. So, our number that we need to write down, our combination is 012932. 012932. So, 0, 1, 2, 9, 3. Oh, oops. Wait. 2. Okay.
I bet those were deer mice.
Now, I don't know. Okay. This journal is the property of William Akers, 1933 to 1942.
Speakeasy.
April 29th, 1933. Today, Mickey went to prison, but when they were walking him to the paddy wagon, he told me to take care of his dogs. And when the time came to do their tombstones, like he told me, then he whispered to me to look under the Victorola in the speakeasy at Moon Lake. He said I'd find the map to the gold he stole 2 years ago. Then they shoved him into the wagon, and that was that. Poor Mickey. How is a guy who never spent one night in jail supposed to spend 8 years in prison? He'll never make it. I think he wants me to have the gold because deep down, he's never coming home. Anyway, I looked under the Victorola and found the map. Problem is, there's nothing on it except a bunch of lines and the words, "The dogs will lead the way." There's no X marking the spot or direction or nothing. But I need money bad. My wife and baby haven't had anything decent to eat in months, so I'm going to pack them up and move to Moon Lake permanently, so I can spend all the time looking for the gold. May 4th, 1933. Mickey never told me outright that he was the guy who pulled off the hole-in-the-floor gold heist. He always said the less I knew, the healthier I'd stay. But according to the papers, a bunch of gold was stolen off a moving train right under the noses of about a dozen Pinkerton. Mickey must have greased somebody's palm real good and got him to cut a hole in the floor of the boxcar. The gold was going to be shipped in. After the gold was loaded, one of his boys crawled under the train and pulled himself into the boxcar. Then, when the train was moving, he dropped the gold down the hole onto the tracks. Mickey's boys picked it up and got away clean. Nobody ever suspected Mickey was behind it. So what I'm looking for is 20 gold bars. The paper said altogether they weighed about 600 pounds. The question is, did Mickey hide them in one place or did he spread them around? He must have buried them, but where? I just thought of something. Maybe Mickey trained his dogs to go to the gold, if you say the right word. I'm going to try saying gold to see them tomorrow and see what happens. July 14th, 1933. I said every word I can think of to the dogs, but they haven't led me anywhere except around in circles. I spent the last month following them around, first Xander, then Victus and Lucy. I don't have to follow Iggy because all he does is sleep on the porch. So it looks like I'm gonna have to start digging. I'll dig under the porch first, seeing as that's where Iggy always is. October 22nd, 1933. A month ago, I started working as a handyman over in Lewiston to make ends meet. So even though I stop by Mickey's every day to feed the dogs, I can only look for the gold at night. I dug all around under the porch, but didn't find nothing. I marked the porch on the map
Joe
with a...
Akers? Emily said Jeff Akers' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William Akers after all.
On the map with a big eye for Iggy because that's the place he always leads me to. I was so busy digging last Tuesday night that I almost wasn't there when my son was born. We're calling him Joe. His big sister is real happy. She says baby Joe is just like the dolly she's always wanted, but could never afford to get her. Truth is, we can't really afford Joe either. Or is it neither? Neither? I keep writing to Mickey asking him to please tell me straight out where the gold is, but he never writes back. I'll just have to keep digging. September 9th, 1935. Now I spend all my free time digging in the woods. I dig around everything that could be a landmark. Logs, rocks, tree stumps. But I never find nothing. Plus, I keep getting lost. The path looks so much alike, especially at night, that I spend most of my time trying to figure out where I am. So last Sunday, I memorized the way to the cemetery. It's LRR, okay, blah, blah, blah. Even though Mickey never allowed the dogs in the speakeasy or the tunnels, I've been looking there for the gold because I looked everywhere else I can think of and got nowhere. Last week, I found out that Mickey changed the passcode to the spigots in the speakeasy. This got my hopes up because the way I figured it, why would Mickey change the code without telling me unless he was hiding something? But when I finally figured out the new code, I didn't find nothing in the tunnel that opened up that wasn't there before. Why Mickey spent all that money on pictures of those dogs of his, I'll never understand. March 2nd, 1942. I give up. Mickey's dead and so are all his dogs. I'll never find the gold. I got a good job offer over in Harrisburg and I'm going to take it. Little Joe and Sarah deserve a better life than they've gotten so far. It's high time Callie got a nice house and a husband who didn't spend all his time chasing after something he can't find. But I'm leaving the journal. I'm leaving the journal here because who knows? Maybe someday I'll suddenly remember something, Mickey said, and it'll finally hit me where he hit the gold. Maybe I'll come back here and find it after all. But in the meantime, I've got my family. They're what's important. They're treasure enough.
The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
Okay. So Nan says he does something that I guess is not going to happen because I didn't find this, crack this safe until I did a bunch of stuff way later. Now, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get hantavirus now because... So we need to find the speakeasy. What time is it outside? Still bright? Okay. Let's see. God, I did so much before. There's like a whole ton of things I know I need to do. But... I know it's not gonna happen. The whole ton of stuff I need to do, and I'm not even I just didn't get to that. Oh, Yogi? Hello. Always say hi to the dog.
You're back.
What do you know about a man named Joe Akers?
Why do you ask?
I recently found out that William Akers had a son.
All right. William Akers was my grandfather.
Okay, I did not have this conversation last time. Interestingly enough, he suddenly just alludes to the fact that William Akers was related to him, but because I didn't find that journal until way later. it just kind of, the game just kind of skipped over this, so this is actually new to me.
And you don't want anyone to know that.
It's not exactly something I'm proud of. My father spent his whole life trying to make people forget what my grandfather was, and trying to make sure people who didn't know what he was never found out. I've been doing the same thing.
What did William Akers do after Malone was arrested?
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me, Miss Drew. In case you've forgotten, I'm a very busy man.
Okay, was he still... It made it sound like he had a legit job. What?
I apologize for my previous behavior. As a park ranger, I strive to keep my personal feelings in check at all times, and that time I failed. It's my duty as a public servant to try to make it up to you. What would you like to know?
Because, like, seriously, like, William Akers sounded like he got a legitimate job to take care of his family. So, like, I guess he fell back in with another gangster?
What can you tell me about the gold that Malone supposedly buried on his property?
As far as I know, it doesn't exist. It's just one of those rumors people want to believe, so they do.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
What in the world is going on? Because before this time, I think I already gotten the phone number for the Vivian girl.
You're back.
But...
Did your grandfather ever find any gold on Malone's property?
If he did, he never spent it. He wasn't poor when he died, but he certainly wasn't rich.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem. You're back.
Thanks for all your help.
this is weird.
Always
Okay.
a pleasure.
I mean, I guess I did something else afterwards. We still can go to, we can still go to the Red to give him his photos for the camera.
Nice Junior Park Ranger pin. You must really be on Akers' good side.
I found an old newspaper in Sally's house that contained an article on Mickey Malone. It really got my curiosity going. What else can you tell me about him?
Person you should talk to is Jeff Akers. He's got this historical museum thing going out at that ranger station of his.
Do you know anything about the gold that Mickey Malone supposedly buried somewhere on his property?
All I got to say about it is, if there really was a bunch of gold buried somewhere and nobody ever found it, it's for darn sure nobody ever will. Not with them dogs up there.
Guess I'll see you later.
Yodelay-hee-hoo!
Okay. So yeah, another conversation that I didn't have there, that particular one, gold. So I think we can go home now, assuming I'm not gonna get that lady's number. Then noticeably, the game isn't like forcing me. There's a few moments where the game like forced me tonight when I got back, and then so I think this is all I can do for now. Sorry, I'm just like so
You're back.
confused. Yeah, okay.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a
Maybe
problem.
maybe I did, like, slept a night and then came back. I'm just remembering it wrong. I'm using up all this gas on the lake here. So sorry. I like this image makes it look like there's like a ton of property. All the while there's just nothing else. Okay, so with that, we can go to night, talk to Red. And you go out this door. And then give him back his photo camera.
Hello there. I owe you an apology. After you came up here looking for those red tails, I gave my map a closer look and realized it was more than 50 years old. Reason you can't find them is probably because their favorite nesting tree is gone. Finding that hawk's gonna be harder than I thought, so why don't you just give me back my camera and I'll take it from here. It didn't get burned up in that fire or anything, did it?
Somebody clobbered me over the head and tries to barbecue me, and all you're worried about is your camera. I decided to go with the nicer
You'll
option.
be happy to know that I did get a picture of a red-tailed hawk. So here's your camera back. I got all the birds.
Thank you, Nancy. Nice work. You're a credit to your generation.
I never noticed those gas cans before.
I ran out of gas. So much for being prepared, huh? Well, that's all I wanted to tell you. I'm sure you've got places to go, things to see, people to pester.
Mickey Malone supposedly buried a bunch of stolen gold bars on his property way back in the 20s. Did you know that?
Really? That's interesting. I don't much care, but it's interesting.
Okay.
So you don't know anything about it?
Nope.
See you in a while.
Watch yourself out there.
I don't know. So far, like, he seems to be the most suspicious person, which mystery-wise makes you think that it's not him. But other than that, that's it. That's all. So we gave him the camera. Assuming we can instantly go to the go back to the daytime and then get the or you know what? Because I haven't called. We haven't made a call to everyone. Give an update. Hey, Nancy, this is Nancy. I almost died. Okay. How are you guys doing? Okay. 1, 2, 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 8, 9. For Sally?
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, hi. How's it going?
Were you ever told that Mickey Malone supposedly buried a small fortune in gold bullion somewhere on your property and that it has yet to be found?
Is this a joke?
Malone supposedly stole a bunch of gold bars off a train and buried them at Moon Lake. You never heard about that?
No. Could it be true?
Well, if somebody thinks it's true, that may be the reason they're trying to frighten you off your property.
How did you hear about it?
I found the journal of a man named William Akers in a safe in your cellar. He was one of Malone's closest associates. Ever hear of him?
Never.
Talk to you later.
Stay in touch.
Okay. 1, 5, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 6, 8.
Hello?
Bess, it's Nancy.
I know that. What's going on?
Get this. It turns out that Jeff Akers will be one happy park ranger if Sally sells her Moon Lake property back to the bank and they wind up selling it to the Parks Department.
You think he might be responsible for all this ghost dog stuff?
He has a motive and he has a dog, although it doesn't look at all like the dogs that have been scaring Sally.
But it shows he knows something about dogs. Better pull out your suspect list and pencil him in, Nan.
I still say you guys should lighten up on him.
I found the coolest old newspaper. It's from 1927, and on the front page is an article about Mickey Malone and a man named William Akers.
Akers? Any relation to Park Ranger Jeff Akers?
When I asked, Jeff Akers said that it was just a huge unfortunate coincidence. According to the paper, William Akers was Mickey Malone's most trusted employee, his #1 go-to guy.
Where'd you find it?
You know how I always seem to wind up in houses with secret passageways?
Sometimes I think they follow you around.
Well, I found these hidden stairs leading from the living room into the cellar.
What's down there?
That's what's weird. The stairs led down into this empty space. There's some kind of safe in the wall and a set of stairs leading to a door that goes outside, but that was it.
Why would Malone bother hiding a staircase if it didn't go somewhere important?
Hey, Newsflash. I think I know why somebody wants to scare Sally off her property, and it has nothing to do with birds, parks, or artifacts.
So what does it have to do with?
Gold, as in 600 pounds of gold bullion.
Come on, Nancy, tell us everything. Gold is one of my favorite subjects.
Well, I found William Akers' journal, who, it turns out, was our friendly park ranger's grandfather.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Not as interesting as 600 pounds of gold. Go on, Nancy.
Had you ever heard of the hole-in-the-floor gold heist?
I've heard of the hole-in-the-wall gang.
Well, according to Akers' journal, in 1931, somebody stole a shipment of gold bars in broad daylight by dropping them through a hole in the floor of a moving train.
Let me guess. The thieves were never caught, and the gold was never found.
You got it. According to Akers, Malone masterminded the whole thing, and he hid the gold right here on his Moon Lake property.
You think it's still there?
It must be. Like you said, Nancy, that would explain why somebody wants Sally, and now you, out of there so bad.
I also found a map with the inscription, "The dogs will lead the way."
You found a treasure map? My gosh, Nancy. Secret passageways, buried treasure? You're like a magnet for that stuff.
The dogs will lead the way to what?
According to the journal, Malone left Akers the map and said it would show him where the gold was, but all it has on it is that inscription and some landmarks.
What kind of landmarks?
The house, the shoreline, some rocks in the lake, the pump, the cemetery, and it's crisscrossed with lines like a grid.
A grid? Sounds like precise locations are involved.
Bye, you guys.
Ta-ta.
Ciao
Okay.
for now.
That's actually new stuff for me. Now the Hardy Boys. Wow.
Hello?
This is interesting
Hey,
now that I
Frank,
haven't
it's Nancy.
accidentally
Got a
sequence
minute?
break the game.
You bet. Hang on. Pick up. It's Nancy. We were gonna head to the park and shoot some hoops, but we can't. Wanna know why?
Why?
Because it's raining.
And you just washed your car? Ouch.
I told you it was gonna rain. You always say that. So what have you got?
I'm pretty sure I know why somebody wants Sally out of the Malone house.
So come on, spill.
Apparently, Malone stole a small fortune in gold bars off a train and hid them somewhere on his property here. They've never been found.
How do you know?
One of his employees, a guy named William Akers, kept a journal, which I found and of course read.
Of course. Wait a sec. Did you say William Akers?
Who, as it turns out, was our friendly park ranger's grandfather.
Whoa.
According to his journal, William Akers spent months following each dog around, hoping one of them would lead him to the gold. None ever did.
So they didn't go running off into the woods, never to be seen again after all.
Apparently, they stayed around Malone's house for years. William Akers went to the house every day and fed them until they all finally died.
But according to their tombstones, they all died on the same day.
Those inscriptions were Malone's idea. Akers was just following instructions.
And in all that time, William Akers never found any trace of the gold?
He was pretty much a hard-luck kind of guy.
What happened to him anyway?
After 9 years of searching for the gold, he finally gave up. About a year after Malone died, he put his journal in the safe, locked it up for the last time, and walked away a broken man.
That's what he gets for hitching his wagon to the star of a gangster.
A second-class gangster at that. If it had been Al Capone, maybe he could have sold his memoirs to Hollywood or something. But a flash in the pan like Mickey Malone? Not a chance.
So if you guys were 600 pounds of gold bullion, where would you be?
Maybe Malone hid it in the speakeasy.
I doubt it. William Akers had 9 years to turn this house and the speakeasy inside out and never found a thing.
Keep the faith, Nancy. If that gold hasn't been found yet, all it means is that nobody as smart as you has looked for it yet.
Later, guys.
See ya!
Okay, that was just a hint thing. Alright, okay. So, now that we're done with that... Oh god. Let's go upstairs. Head to the morning. And then talk to Akers again. Because I need... There's still some things I need. I'm assuming Sally just left her food behind, right? We're not accidentally starving here? Okay, do you got a... Oi?
Good news. I have information on your mystery woman.
Thank you so much. Is she still alive?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Where's Yogi?
In the run out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
Okay.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
There's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
Oh yeah, right, this. Initial tests found high levels of arsenic in the sample you sent us.
Not only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
While it is not unusual to find trace amounts of arsenic in wells in your area, the amounts in your sample far exceeded standard safety limits. Therefore, the water in your well is unsafe for any purpose. Further tests have been requested. They will take 2 weeks to complete. You will be informed as to what, if anything, they uncover.
I wouldn't go jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
Okay, I took offense to that. Melodramatic? I don't think...
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
There's nothing melodramatic about saying, hey, there's like high levels of poisonous content in your water that you didn't drink because you were told not to drink it. But I don't think it would be melodramatic to react like that. And considering the mystery that's going on and with Sally, things are happening. But either way, we finally got the phone number. Let's talk to Vivian. And then with that, and I know that I actually very soon gonna be catching up to everything I did within 2 sets. Okay. We need to talk to Vivian Whitmore. Let's call her Westwood. 1702-555-9137.
If you're selling something, hang up right now. I got an air horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, right. The Moon Lake Park Ranger said you might call. But you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida. And when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet stuff. You'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
It was of you and Mickey Malone. Do you remember him?
Of course I remember him. I remember everything about that time of my life. It was the roaring 20s, for crying out loud. One of the most exciting decades in American history. Just because I've got a few years on most people doesn't mean my brain's turned to tapioca, sweet stuff.
Did you spend much time at his place on Moon Lake?
Moon Lake. Talk about your fond memories. I had a lot of fun there. Although I wasn't anywhere near as wild as most young people were back then. But I think Mickey kind of respected me for that. I was his gal for 5 years. He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just for me.
I found a safe in the cellar there.
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's. He was a guy who worked for Mickey.
Did all Malone's employees have their own safes?
Not hardly. Mickey treated most of his employees like dirt, but not Willie. He honestly liked Willie, trusted him. And when Willie decided he wanted his own safe, Mickey said, "What the hey?" No one knew the combination, not even Mickey. Mostly because Willie was constantly changing it. He was a little paranoid and superstitious. Well, as I recall, he'd pick the most unlucky number he could think of and use that for the combination. He called it a reverse jinx.
Unlucky number? Like what?
Oh, like the date that something bad happened, like when the stock market crashed, or when somebody died, or the address of a house that caught fire, or the phone number of the police, that sort of thing.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Malone's speakeasy?
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
That's weird. I'm staying in his old house on Moon Lake, and I haven't seen any sign of a speakeasy.
Course you haven't. You're not supposed to. Only Mickey and Willie knew how to get into the speakeasy from the house. The rest of us had to go in and out the regular way, through the cemetery.
The cemetery?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
William Akers, the guy you call Willie. He wrote about looking for the gold that Malone had supposedly buried on his property at Moon Lake. Do you know anything about that?
The hole in the floor gold heist. Well, I'll be darned.
So it's true? He did bury gold on his property?
Truth be told, when Mickey told me he was the one who pulled off that heist and that he'd buried 20 gold bars at Moon Lake, I didn't believe him. I thought he was making it up. See, Mickey and I were on the outs by then. I thought he was just trying to entice me to come back. But if he told Willie the same thing, maybe there's something to the story after all.
Do you have any idea where he might have hidden it?
Afraid not. Mickey was so secretive that the men who completed his house at Moon Lake were not only forbidden to talk about the work they'd done, but they were ordered to leave the state for good, or else. But you know, I think he mentioned a map. Yes. He said he was making a treasure map and that... the dogs. Something about those dogs of his.
The dogs will lead the way?
He was always saying that. In fact, I'm pretty sure he had it engraved on his tombstone. Think, Viv, think! He said he was making a treasure map, and that he was also having paintings done of each dog. He made it sound like one thing had something to do with the other, like he was giving me some big important clue. But I just figured he was playing games, trying to lure me back with mystery and intrigue. I told him to buzz off. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Did he say what he was going to do with the paintings?
He said he was going to hang them in the speakeasy, and I'm sure that's precisely what he did.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using two main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
The key to the tombstone? You still have it?
It's in the bottom of my jewelry box. I've come this close to throwing it out 100 times, but it's so small and the memories it brings back are so big. Well, I just couldn't, as a joke. Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
Can you remember anything about Malone's dogs that might suggest where he hid the gold?
I stayed away from his dogs. They made me nervous, always jumping around, barking at this or that. The only one I liked was, what was his name? Iggy! I liked Iggy because he was nice and quiet. He just lay on the porch all day and didn't make a peep.
It's been fun talking to you.
I know.
Okay. Again, because this time I actually went to the safe earlier, opened the safe earlier, I didn't sequence break things. There's like way more dialogues that I didn't get before. And weird conversations were happening. Okay, so we're going to go back to Jeff Akers, get him to send the photo, get the key. I don't know if we're going to have to like sleep on it. Hope not, but that makes the most sense. Yogi's back. Hi, Boy Yogi.
Hello again, Miss Drew. Am I in for another interrogation?
I'd like to mail this photo to the woman in Las Vegas. Can you do that for me?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Okay.
Hello again, Miss Drew.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
So I wonder if... See, this is the annoying part. I think maybe I need to, like, go to the house. Go to the AM. So it's the next day. And then go back. Because there's nothing else for me to do. I mean, I don't know if there's anything I could talk to with Red, but... It's almost like we're done with him now that he wants his camera back. Or maybe that now his camera, there's evidence of the speaker on his camera. Who knows? Oh no, I didn't mean to. Yogi, always say hi.
A package just arrived for you from Las Vegas.
Thank you for using express mail.
Great. Vivian sent me the key.
I'll dispose of the package. Wouldn't want to break any littering laws, would we?
He just
Thanks
does not
for all
trust
your
us.
help.
Not a problem.
It's like you're definitely the type of litter. Let me take this for you, please. And I wouldn't have to give you a fine. Okay. So, we are going to go to the cemetery. I think this next sequence is going to be a bit annoying. Oh no. I did wrong. I done wrong? No. Damn it. Okay. Man. First time I got so lost because I was clicking too fast. Here we go. And here. Now, technically you're like supposed to go back to Vivian. Ask her like what's going on with this because, hey, nothing happened when I did the key, but we can move these. Now, it turns out because this is a new key code, I'm curious if I can do this without... It's actually not the most... There's one real annoying thing about this puzzle. Ah, okay, I actually got it. Yeah, so... Essentially, I was supposed to call Vivian for in case... I just don't want to go through the back and forth again, because there is going to be a lot of back and forth with this. Is that you're supposed to call Vivian, ask her, yo, what's the password? And apparently, Mickey Malone's nickname for Waldo Mathias was Baldo Mathias. Because why not give him the insult as the secret password for the speakeasy? Now, we're gonna go down these tunnels.
It's too dark. I need a flashlight. Oh, the batteries are going dead.
And then this bullshit
I can't
happens.
see a thing. I'd better go back.
Okay, there's a switch here. And then now here's the annoying thing. I have to go get batteries, and then I have to do the puzzle again. It's not like she instantly just slots in the key and she'll do the puzzle herself. You have to do the puzzle again. If there's one thing I wished it wasn't like that, it would be that, because... Okay, good, I am going the right way. Sorry, I'm too here busy complaining. I don't know if I took the wrong turn or not. Nope, I didn't. Okay, good. So we need to now go to M's Emporium because we need batteries.
how you holding up?
I need flashlight batteries. Do you carry them?
Yep. But you know, I've been meaning to make a purty display out of them packs of combo coal over there for the longest time. Just can't seem to get around to it.
In other words, you'd like me to give it a shot.
Here's the way it should look when you're done.
Okay. Let me take it, please? I don't know why there's that pause there. It's right here. And now we're gonna do this. No. I think this one's a bit weird. It's like you're in this corner, this is where you need the... Okay, so this is the image. So I think the first thing I did was, so we know the greens stay on the particular side, we can use that to match up. So we have a 3 and a red. See, this one's right here. Is it this one? Where's purple? It's purple, okay. Then I keep doing that where it's like grab it, you take it to use another key as a key. There should be one more, yeah. So this is orange yellow. Where is an orange yellow? I think this one's over here. Ah, here we go. Okay, so we know the other greens are on this side, so let's see. Oh, okay, actually, I think I got to match up right away. Yeah, it's actually perfectly, this entire column's done. Alright, so we have a bunch of blues down here. And then wait. I think we can do that. Purples. We have a 3. This one goes here. This one has a... That's up there like that. I think that's actually okay. Perfect. Then we have an orange, red. And then this one's up here. We have a red. I keep doing this. We have a red. Oh, that's actually the perfect spot there. And we have red, orange, red. Okay. I think I accidentally just... Yeah, that's slotted there. This needs to be rotated.
One
okay.
smiling goldfish. It's obviously never tried combo cola.
And I didn't even realize the image was supposed to be a smiling goldfish. But either way, we need those batteries, ma'am. Give it to me, please.
Hey, Nancy. This mean you got them cans stacked?
You bet. They look just like the picture you gave me, which you can have back.
Here's your batteries. And thanks, Nancy.
Okay, so Nancy's going to take her time to install the batteries. And I now need to go back to the cemetery and do the puzzle again to get into the speakeasy. Actually, let's actually call Vivian. I'm curious. I'm assuming... I'm curious if the dialogue will show up, but then there is one, I think, important. Because I know beforehand what to do, but I got the information before I even went down, because I had to call her. I'm taking my time to eat popcorn.
Hello?
Is this Vivian?
No, this is your station drop-off. Vivian's fixing snacks in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh, Eustacia Andropov? Harry Houdini's cousin?
Use the air horn like I showed you.
No, Eustacia, wait. It's Nancy Drew. I talked to you on the phone a couple of months ago, just after a friend of mine was kidnapped in St. Louis. I asked you questions about the theater where the kidnapping took place, the Royal Palladium, remember?
Nancy Drew, the Snoopy one. You're not dead yet?
No.
Most people, I talk to them one day, next day they're dead. It is an old age thing.
Oh, stop being so morbid here. Have some clam dip. Hello? Nancy?
I can still ask
you
it.
know Eustacia, huh? Small world. Well, what's up?
Are there any other tricks to getting into the speakeasy that I should know about?
I suppose it's only fair to warn you about the tunnels, and the doors, and the dead ends.
Tunnels? You mean there's more than one way to get to the speakeasy from the cemetery?
Mickey had his men dig a bunch of tunnels between the speakeasy and the cemetery with hidden doors that opened when other doors closed, and lots of dead ends, so that if the speakeasy was ever raided, his guests could hide from the police. I was always terrified of getting lost, but you're a plucky girl. I'm sure you'll be fine.
It's been fun talking to you.
Anytime.
Okay, so we got that. So now, I can't just turn around. Got it, fine. Let's go down. Oh wait. No, I'm not taking the boat. Sorry. I don't know why I thought I was taking the boat. We're going to the cemetery. So used to like having to take the boat. Oh no. I keep doing that by accident. Hello. Okay, there we go. Now we do the puzzle again, which I don't know. I have yet to figure out the trick to this. Let's just move this one, right? Yeah, okay. I think I need to just reset it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the trick to this is. Level 1, 2. Because maybe I want to put to L. Oh no. I need to bring it back. Man, I got back to the beginning. Jesus. I just don't know the trick to this. Like, this one's easy, because you don't just really just don't have to care about it. That just means one move. Oh, it's always this. Oh, here we go. Managed to get it. Oh, thank God. Okay. And we'll instantly burn the flashlight, even though Nancy will every single time say, "Oh, it's so
silly
dark."
to try to explore this in the dark.
Despite the fact that I have the flashlight out. Okay, Nancy? Turn around for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Now this one, I just followed the path where there's less rocks, because I figured that if more people traveled that way, then more of those rough rocks get kicked off to the side.
So this is the speakeasy.
Okay.
Wow.
And we made it. So, oh, let's put this away. So we have various images here. Most important one being the paintings that were talked about. And it is important to note the stones on the collar. So Iggy is yellow.
Those must be the spigots William Akers mentioned in his journal.
You see, I didn't get this before because I didn't have.
The spigot won't move. There must be a way to unlock these spigots.
Okay. So I'm going to just try to run through this. I'm not going to look at every picture this time, so unfortunately, technically missing some content, but it is annoying. Xander is red. I already written this down my boogie board. Then there's this, which I don't know how I found this, but that's for the spigot. In the meantime, we do still have images to look at. Oh, so. Actually, I'm gonna have to press that button again. Here we go. Just give ourselves a nice, easy access. So I don't have to do that puzzle again. Oh, dear God. That's all that matters. Okay.
So Lucy would swim out to the shipwreck, which is about here.
Okay. Then... Oh, God, I hate navigating. How did I get to this? I have to go around? It's so annoying because you have to, like, only follow the path that they need you to follow, but, like, you could just go through these chairs, please.
If map is correct, The tree where Vitus would bark at the hawks used to be right about here.
Okay. I'm sorry, and then Vitus has a blue gem. Lucy has the green one. I don't think she ever makes a note. Okay. And unfortunately, yeah, Xander's image, we don't know what that is. Now, when I did the spigot, it just seemed to open... It looked like it opened the passageway over here. Maybe I'm gonna try again? So, this needs to be green. Unfortunately, I just don't know what the pattern is that I need to do these. Like, literally, I just pressed 1 until I got until I got to the letter that needed to be, because I did not know what I was doing. Okay, yellow is Iggy, so... I mean, I don't know if it matters. Oy, oy, oy. So in terms of what the color is, it needs to be XVIL. Okay, the words are getting wonky. Okay, we got one of them. We got 2 of them. Oh, okay, I get it. That opens something in the cave.
It's too dark.
Oh my god. Was that the new passage opened up? Oh. This is new to me. I'm going new content here. Iggy. Okay, I don't know what this is about. Oh. Okay, can we put that away? Okay, let's not... Hold on. Let's, like... Oh, there... Oh! Vitus. There's names underneath. I didn't realize. Wait, this one doesn't have a name underneath. We have Lucy here. Maybe that's Lucy's then? Okay.
Xander played by the pump, which is right here.
Okay. Okay, this is like a bit farther than what I did last time, because last time I just found the speakeasy. Okay. So, if this was Iggy then... I mean, I don't know... Because we have this, we have this. So, 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm assuming we're just placing them so like that. So this one's Vitus. So Vitus was by the tree. This is a completely different image. But we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, Vitus is way over here. This doesn't match then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because those rocks just don't exist. Like we have this one over here. Okay, interesting. Like, it doesn't quite follow the map. That's the weird part. Like, I don't know. Can we actually... I didn't try to see if I could put multiples. 1. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, I mean, I could explore. That is sound of sleeping. What is that? Literally dead end. Okay. So see, Nancy doesn't even make a comment. She doesn't say anything about, like, hearing sounds or anything. So I'm like, I don't know what to make of this, because she won't say anything. What does her PDA say? One of the mosaic tiles in the secret passageway looks very familiar. Check to see if there's any safe or hidden compartments in the cellar that will explain mosaic in the secret. Check to see if there's any safe or hidden compartments in the cellar that will explain the mosaic in the secret passageway. Oh wait. Oh, that goes to Jeff Akers. Because we heard the dog. Okay, I get it now. I'm sorry, there's a whole thing about the protection gear and I just never got to use it. Like, why do I have this? What's it for? She specifically in her thing says to check the cellar. See, that just goes to that. That just takes us to the front door. It's like, yeah, I wish we could just like... Okay, but with that, I can officially end the set here. I made more headway than I did in my previous two sets. In almost a little, well, at least I think 20 minutes more than the original timing of one set. But yeah, so we need to make sense of the mosaic tiles, because only one of them... One of the mosaic tiles in the secret passageway looks very familiar. Check to see if there's any safe or hidden compartment in the cellar that will explain the mosaic in the secret passageway. Solve that spigot puzzle. Okay. I mean, like, I clicked the buttons, but then nothing happened. And even then, I don't know, the map doesn't correspond to the rest of the stuff. It shows completely different... Unless you're supposed to transpose this map anyway, no matter what the image shows, you just press where it's located. It's the only thing I can think of, because I have no idea what to do about that. But either way, thank you for liking if you like, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, and thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see ya, and hopefully this actually saved this time. Hey, yeah.